Peace to the gods. So, what I want to say today is what I was thinking about last night and this morning. Our emotions and our feelings, and how we act out of emotions and act out of our feelings. And what we should know and what we should realize is that what you feel in these emotions that you go through stems from what you think, stems from your thoughts. I heard the saying once that you do not have control over the thoughts that's in your mind, but you do have control over the thoughts that stays in your mind. It's like you do not have control over birds that fly over your head, but you have control if a bird decides to make a nest on your head. So too does thoughts come and stream through your mind, but it is up to you if you decide and if you take action and act on those thoughts. Emotions and feelings is a part of life. In whichever way you look at it, you are not exempt from it, because that in itself is the experience that God intended for us to have, that God intended for itself to have, as we are experiencing life, to give God the experience of life, as we are God and God is us, and I am you and you are me. There is no separation. The logic of separation is an illusion, but the illusion is the essence of life. Illusion is the thing that gives us the experience of life. As God in itself divided itself into trillions of pieces, only for it to interact with itself to make it possible to experience life. So in order for you to have control over your emotions, you need to have control over your thoughts. And the only way for you to have control over your thoughts is if you understand yourself, you understand your own mind. And if you want to understand your own mind, it is imperative and it is vital that you start to study your astrological energies. You start to study what it is that makes up your characters, what it is that rules your moods and emotions, what it is that rules your mind and your communication, what it is that rules your growth, your luck, your wisdom, what it is that rules your discipline, your fears, your challenges in life, what it is that rules your drive and your energy, what it is to rule your power and your transformations. There is various aspects that contributes to your total and natural ego. And that in itself, as I mentioned, your true and authentic ego, there is also a part of you where we all find ourselves in this state of ego, where we run on a program that sustains our false ego, our altered ego, because as we grew up in this society, as we grew up in this life, we are on a daily basis bombarded by false evidence, we are on a daily basis bombarded by fear, we are on a daily basis bombarded by genetically modified organisms which we consume through our foods, our water, we breathe it in. Even people we interact with is genetically modified people which runs on a program which stems from false information. And by us interacting with these people they do also have an influence on our thoughts, on the energies that we permit, and on the energies that we and the energies that we attract to ourselves. So, like I said, that everything, not even just your emotions, everything that you can see around you, everything that you can touch, smell, everything that you can see, everything that you can feel, everything that you can taste stems from a thought. Either it stemmed from God's thoughts, which is you, or it stemmed from your own thoughts. So even this phone, it stemmed from a thought of someone. Even if it is you decide to love someone, it is the thoughts that you have of this person that allows you to love this person. Even if you, God forbid, hate someone, it is the thoughts of this person that you have that conjures up this feeling of hate every time that you think of him. It is either you think of what he did to you, it is either you think of how he made you feel, it is either you think of what he did to other people that meant something to you, or in general, it's the thoughts of you. It's the thoughts that you have as this person, which describes this person as from your perspective, a terrible person. So this person that irritates you, it's the thoughts that you have of this person that makes you feel irritated when you see this person or you think of this person. If you love somebody, it's the thoughts that you have of this person that makes you love this person. When you think about this person, it makes you smile. When you think about this person, it gives you a good feeling. When you see this person and you think this person, what it is that this person brings to you that makes you a better person, this is what makes you love somebody. So if you can understand these things, it will be easier for you to navigate your way through life, as emotions and feelings is a big part of life, because in this society that we live in, and I include myself, a large portion of your life, all the actions that you took and all the decisions that you made it out of emotions. Where the true way and the divine way, we are supposed to move and act out of knowledge, out of wisdom, out of understanding. This will allow us to make better choices in life. This will allow us to interact with better people in our lives. This will allow us to do things that enhances our being to become a better person. Like the earth, there are trillions of species on this earth. And all those species on this earth contribute to the sustainability of this earth. Even us as human beings, we are part of the equilibrium system of this earth, and we, by natural law, are expected to contribute to the sustainability of this earth. But because we have, through sin and through misunderstanding, distanced ourselves from nature to such an extent that the way we are living against nature. And the way that we are living against nature, we are contributing to harming nature, harming animals, harming organisms, harming the land, causing disharmony, causing imbalance, all because we don't understand what our part is in life. So as I say, as there is trillions of species that contribute to the sustainability of Earth, so too are the trillions of cells that contribute to the sustainability of your being. And as you as a cell of the earth has a mind to do the right thing and to make choices in life and to live out your actions and your decisions, so too does each and every cell of you has a mind to do the right thing. But because wherever you find yourself on earth, that environment will control the thoughts you have, will control the actions you act out, will control your subconscious, which you actually run from, so too does the environment of your body determine the actions of the cells that make up your body. If you are someone that smokes drugs, you drink, you party 24/7, you go sleep late, you stand up early, you work hard, If you do all these things, that is a certain environment you subject yourselves to. And sooner or later, because why these cells have to adapt to the environment that you project these cells to, it will show in your physical form. It will show in the way you look, it will show in the way you move, it will show in the way you interact, it will show in the way you think, and it will show in the way you communicate. Even it will show in the way you eat. So if you project yourselves to this environment, it will be projected in the manners that I just shared with you. So whatever environment you are projected to, you will be influenced by this environment, and you will be a product of your environment. And so whatever environment you project yourselves to, yourselves will be a product of that environment. And the reason why I'm saying this and making this example is because why? What we perceive as our reality in this society is an altered, false reality running on a program that is going against nature. There is the natural program, and then is the artificial program. The artificial program is where we live in square houses, we have square windows, we have tar on the roads, we wear rubber on our feet, we work 9 to 5 jobs, we have bills to pay, we drive cars, we get our food from shops. We have no interaction whatsoever with nature. So whatever we do, nature is the furthest thing from our mind. So that is an artificial version of nature. The reason why I say it's an artificial version of nature, because everything that we do use to make our lives comfortable stems from nature. It's all natural products that is being transformed, and the energy is being transformed to give you a phone, to give you a TV, to give you a bed, to give you a fridge, microwave, or whatever the case may be. But the true version of nature is when you find yourself out in nature, where the dominant colors are green and brown, and where the dominant sounds are the breeze through the leaves of trees, and the chirping of birds, and the running of streams, and where you drink pure water that comes from the mountain in a stream, where you are projected and where you are subjected to pure sunlight, and the air that you breathe itself is pure, and the food, your true food that you eat comes straight from a tree that you can observe, that is in your close proximity. So between that two environments, between that two realities, it is up to you, and it's your decision where it is and what it is you want to be a part of. Because both of them, they have an influence on you. Both of them, they have an influence of your mind, and both of them determines what kind of person you will be and what kind of person you will become. Everything that you eat goes to your blood. And everything that you eat goes to your stomach, where most of your blood is. And whatever you eat alters your DNA. As like I said, whatever environment you subject yourselves to, your cells has to adapt in order for it to survive. So whatever you eat, it goes to your stomach, where most of your blood is, and most of your DNA is in your blood. So your DNA, your genes will automatically, your DNA will make copies of these genes that you consume, and thus will become a part of you. It's like they say, you become what you eat. And when you become what you eat, these genes will play out in your actions. It will play out in your way of communicating. It will play out in the way how you look. It will play out in the way how you think. And it will play out in the way how you communicate with your reflections. So if you do not understand this, You will just go through life blindly. You will just run on this program where you are programmed by the people that have access to your foods. These people that have access to your foods, they can control you. These people that have access to your waters, they can control you by controlling your genes, by controlling your DNA, by altering your DNA and tuning your genes to make it more conducive to you, to be dumb, deaf and blind, so that you can think it's okay for you to work your whole life for the next man, only for you to die. And in that process of you living and doing that job, teaching your children that it is okay to do this, that there is no other way of living. It is imperative that we study our astrological energies, and it is imperative that you understand your own mind. It is imperative that instead of acting out of emotions, you act out of understanding and you act out of wisdom. In me speaking these words, I am also in the process of learning this, because you must remember, in order for us to unravel all this false information, to unravel all this misunderstanding, to unravel all this confusion, it's going to take time. Even for a baby doesn't just stand up and walk. It's a process that this baby will have to go through before it can stand up and walk and run and jump. So too, for us to find our way again, it is a process for us to get out of these layers of ignorance, get out of these layers of confusion, get out of these layers of misunderstanding, and find your truth self. And when you find your true self in this process, you will have to use the social media to broadcast and spread your light, to broadcast the message and share it with those people that have the same thoughts like you have. Share it with those people that are finding themselves in the same struggles that you are. Not your everyday struggles where you have to get by, that you don't have money and you need money. Mental struggles when you know what is the right thing and you know what is expected of you. But due to circumstances and due to certain attachments and due to certain debilitations in your astrological chart, you are working through them. And the Almighty is so graceful to give you the time to make things right, to live better, to make the right choices, to have better thoughts. So when it is time for you to leave this realm of existence and enter into your next life, you will have made the right choices, and you will have given you a stronger platform in your next life to do the right thing. I hope that this message it's gonna reach someone that needed to hear it. It's gonna reach someone that it inspires to do a better thing. It can reach someone that if they didn't hear it before, that they heard it now, as this is not my information, as this is not my truth, as this is the truth and the divine information that is meant for all of us who are God's children. But not all of us is meant to hear this, and not all of us is meant to